It's Chris, Liege Games. Baby, let's do this. So, this is an awkward one. This is a weird one. And it's going to be an interesting talk because what we're talking about today is Mindbug, the little game sitting right behind me on the shelf here. Just this wee little tiny thing now. And this is by Richard Garfield. And you know that name. That name is well known among everybody, pretty much. Magic the Gathering, the latest Keyforge. Well, all of a sudden, we've got this wee little thing Mindbug going on. Because it's launching on Kickstarter. And I got this sent to me about a month ago. And from Nerd Lab Games, it's just a very interesting 1 versus 1 head-to-head take that style of ridiculousness. And I mean that in sort of a good way. So let's talk about it for a second. I can't really put this one on my head, but let's do it. Is this going to be completely and utterly distracting the whole video? Absolutely, but it gives you a nice blown up shot of things. So Mindbug is just this nice 2-player game. You get this deck of cards and that's it. It's sort of in the lines of the epics and the take that head-to-head, overpowered-ish. Everything is unique, but in a different way, super strong and uneven, and just a little bit of different. There's enough going on here that it makes you think for a few seconds each time you play, but there's not enough going on that it makes you go, oh geez, I'm going to hit the AP wall. So, what's the concept of this game? Well, you know me, I usually hate talking about how to play a game in this video because you can watch other people to play a game, but the concept is really simple, right? You got these little mind bugs. You each get 2 of them. You flip them over and you take control of somebody else's monster after they play it. Right after they play it. That's it. Apart from that, your turn is either play a monster or attack a monster. If you lose all 3 of your life points, you lose. You can choose to defend, or you can choose who's defending. Meaning, you don't have to defend and attack if you don't want to, because you could lose your creature, but if you don't, well, then the obvious happens. And the other nice thing about this is you don't use all the cards every single time. You only use about 2/3 of the cards in each round, or each playthrough. So you're constantly discovering a little bit of different combinations and different combos from that side of things. That's it. Fiend. Rulebook. Tiny. Fits in the box with this thing. That's it. So, what do I think of this game? I don't know. It's just such a weird game because it rewards super, super aggressive play with these guys. At the same time, you can so easily get burned. I got trounced the last 2 times I played with my wife, and she didn't even fully understand what she was doing, but she didn't play her mind bugs until halfway through, and it just completely swung one way. She had 6 monsters on the field to my 1. And therein lies the issue, is that do you like games that are gonna be swingy? Do you like games that potentially have that element to it of the random luck of the draw? That being said, which one you put out from your hand, whether it's this little guy with Sneaky and you play it and they discard 2 cards, Sneaky can only be blocked by other Sneaky, so you've got a few keywords in there as well. This one, play, defeat an enemy creature with 7 power or more, but it's only a 3 power itself. So, do you like that sort of thing? Or, a 7 power that can't be blocked by powers of 6 or less. Defeated, take control of up to 2 creatures with power 5 or less. And all of their abilities that go along with them. So, just all sorts of manipulation. And the nicest thing of this is, of all of these cards, they're all unique. That's it. That's all you need to know. I just don't know what else to tell you. I have a mixed bag about this one because it's a little too quick. It's a little bit too harsh because there doesn't always seem to be a rhyme or a rhythm or a strategic plan that you can have that's going to guarantee you the victory. At the same time, it's refreshing because anybody can win at any point. The big question I'm going to have, and I have no privy to this because people don't tell me things, but what's the price point going to be on something like this? Is it going to be $10? If it's $10, if you like this sort of thing, is it worth it? Absolutely, because it's also different than a lot of the other ones that I've played. Because it's so straightforward. Because there's not a lot of nuance in a positive way. I mean, is it doing completely new things? No, it's not. Keywords, powers, when they play, when they're defeated, when they attack, all sorts of things. It's just done in a slightly different twist, enough to attract it, especially with the Mindbug element of things. And the other question I guess I'd have is, are there going to be a bunch of expansions with this? Are there going to be a bunch of other mix and matches? Not that it needs it, because like I said, you're only using 2/3 of these cards, and the fact that you don't really get a glimpse of half of them even during the game because your opponent has half the deck and you have half the deck, creates just ever more combos, sort of in like a Res Arcana-ish way, if you know what I'm talking about, where you've got your cards and you're just trying to use them in the best combination of things that you can because you're not going to get any other ones. So it's just super interesting. And I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I don't know. I could see this one completely staying in my collection for a long time because it's super easy to hit to the table. It's super easy to understand and explain. I could play it with my 7-year-old right now. At the same time, it almost leaves you a little feeling short, too, of some of those harshness of the aggressiveness that you have to be that I mentioned at the beginning. And sometimes that aggressiveness will pay off, and sometimes it just shoots yourself in the foot with it. So this is an interesting one. Like, I don't have a good opinion on it. It's boggling. Again, in a joyous way, in a fun way. I had fun with it. And I guess that's really the most telling thing, though, right? Did you have fun playing it? We just played Love Letter Infinity Gauntlet 2 weeks ago. It's not the most balanced game. It's not the most detailed, nuanced game. But you know what? Everyone wanted to play it again because it's just a lot of fun. And as a 2-player, quick-to-play sort of thing along these lines, I'll give them credit. It was fun. Is it right for you, though? Depends on all what they're throwing with it, too. How exclusive, price point, expansions. That's sometimes the make it or break it with something like this. So, there you go. Mindbug. That's it. Short, sweet, to the point. Hopefully, very helpful as well. Check it out if you're interested when it launches. That's all I got. Stay classy. See you around. More where this came from.